Hello, my name is Brian D'Agostino. I'm the president of the International Psychohistorical Association, and I'm here with Doris Leiker, who is a psychoanalyst by training. And we co-authored an article called "Religion and Death: A Century Later," and this appeared in the Journal of Psychohistory. And on July 29th, we're going to be having a conference, an online seminar, webinar on this topic. And we have for the conference, the subtitle is Standing on the Shoulders of Freud and Jung. That helps explain the title A Century Later, because the discussion of the topic of death, religion and death, really begins in our telling with some classic texts by Freud and Jung about 100 years ago. But we want to update the story with more recent research in psychohistory and neuroscience and experimental psychology. And I'm just going to note that we see this topic as very important to the world that we're living in right now, where we see a resurgence of tribalism. We are immersed in a lot of death imagery, most recently from the pandemic. Now we have a war going on in Europe, and we can update Jung and Freud's views about religion and death based on some more recent research. I'm going to stop here and get Doris's input, and then we can continue this dialogue.
Yeah, my interest in religion has surfaced in the last 10 years because originally I had taken Freud's view that religion was an illusion and kind of dead. But then reading Jung made me realize that there was a lot more to it. And then also reading in Evolution, it made me realize that one of the big powers of religion was to foster group cohesion and group cooperation, which is really something, a subject that's very important for our times.
So these are just some of the topics that we're going to be talking about. The article is available for you to read before the webinar. And I just want to mention another major topic that is going to be covered in this paper and in this seminar is what's called terror management theory, which was based on the work of Ernest Becker in his book, The Denial of Death. This is very relevant to what's going on in the world right now. We see an increase in tribalism and authoritarianism. And Becker pointed out that when people are immersed in death imagery, and we had our share of that with the pandemic and now with a war going on in Europe, when people are immersed in death imagery, they tend to cling to their meaning systems and they become more ethnocentric, more tribal. So there's a lot of more recent research that we're going to be talking about that bears on the topic of religion and death. And then we tie it together at the end with a kind of an original framework that's we think is more comprehensive and evidence-based, informed by Freud, Jung, and this more recent literature. But we encourage you to read this paper. We hope that you can join us for this webinar, and I hope to see you then. Thank you.